Hi, I'm Stephanie McKeith, holistic cancer and cannabis coach, and I want to touch base on one of the most frequently asked questions that I am presented with almost on a weekly basis, whether it is by one of my clients or somebody just sending me a message, somebody coming through Theta Living, our cancer support center, asking this question: why does getting rid of cancer seem so hard? It was way easier for me to get it than it is for me to get rid of it. And that's kind of a no-brainer. Obviously, it's much easier to get a cancer diagnosis, to develop a cancer diagnosis, than it is to get rid of it. Um, it seems kind of obvious, but maybe it's not. Our bad lifestyle habits, our bad choices are what lead us. So, let me take that back. Bad lifestyle choices and bad habits, coupled with choices that we don't know are bad, environmental factors, or toxic emotions and relationships that we just don't know are contributing to ill health, are much easier to get the ball rolling than it is to consciously make changes and create new habits and perhaps even a new lifestyle to get rid of this cancer diagnosis. So a lot of people get so super frustrated and discouraged when they just don't seem to end up where they think they should be. I'm doing all of the things. I am changing my nutrition. I am changing my exercise regimen. I feel like I should just throw in the towel. And where I stand on that is maybe we should change or ditch the cancer-free goal and go with something that doesn't seem so lofty. When we're looking to achieve or to change something so huge and we don't break that up into bite-sized pieces, it gets frustrating and overwhelming and it seems super hard. So that question that pops up, why does getting rid of cancer seem so hard? Because you're just focused on getting rid of the cancer. What if we focus on balancing our hormones, changing our nutrition, creating new sleep patterns? Those are things that are more attainable than something so huge. Breaking them up into little chunks is much more measurable. It's easier to celebrate these little successes and the little wins as we move along than becoming cancer-free. Besides enrolling in the CRT, our cancer recovery technique, here are a few strategies that once you've set the getting rid of cancer goal, I want you to stop focusing on it. Forget focusing on getting rid of cancer. We know that's what the goal is. For most people who engage in some type of recovery program or treatment or therapy, the goal is obvious to get rid of the cancer. So if we remove that and stop focusing on only getting rid of the cancer, then we can move forward with number one, focusing on the process, not the goal. You need to-dos, you need step-by-steps, you need daily action steps that you can incorporate that will get you there, that will get you to your cancer-free goal. All these little in-betweens are what we need to focus on, the journey. When I set out to write my book, obviously the goal was to complete the writing process. But when I sat and focused on writing a book, it was so overwhelming that I would get writer's block. I would sit there and not know what to write. I know all of the things. I know what I wanted to say. I know the message that I wanted to get across, but I couldn't put that all down on paper or my computer at once because it was so huge. So I broke it down. I created an outline. I broke it down into chapters, into sections, into ideas, into thoughts. And it's a process. You need process goals that need to be implemented so you can measure them day by day and week by week. I also want you to focus on system goals. Process goals and system goals. You need to change your sleep habits, for instance. So the process goals will be, okay, I need to change my bedtime. I need to adjust my wake time. I need a new bedtime routine. We know changing the sleep pattern or your sleep habits are the goal. That's the focus. But what are we truly focused on are the process goals, the journey, the process. So improving the health of relationships, for instance, schedule time, reach out to somebody, meet up with your mom on a Saturday afternoon and have lunch with her, have a chat with her, have tea with your neighbor or a friend that you've been meaning to. You've got a relationship that you want to work on that needs improvement, that could stand some repair. That's the big idea. That's the goal. What are we focusing on? What is the process goal that we're focusing on in the meantime? Getting together, talking, sharing time with one another. So the system, the process, the system will trump your goals. Focus on the process. And then getting rid of cancer doesn't seem so hard when we're changing our nutrition, when we're changing our bedtime routine, when we're managing and maintaining and restoring and relearning to love somebody that maybe we're having a hard time dealing with. That is a system. So the third and final tip that I want to leave you with is, there's an ant on my screen, first of all. Okay, sorry about that. So focus on the process, focus on the system, and focus on growth, not goals. The goal is to get rid of cancer. Let's focus on growth. In the meantime, I now go to bed at a decent time at 10 p.m. and I sleep 8 hours a night. That's huge. That's growth. That's progress made towards becoming cancer-free. That is something that we can be proud of. It's measurable. It's another step towards getting rid of cancer. It takes the, oh my gosh, cancer is so hard to get rid of, out of the equation. Every day, aim to grow, to improve, to restore your health, to gain life, to live life. Every single day, that's what you're aiming for. Get better at living life every single day, and then cancer's not so hard to get rid of. It is, but when we're looking at it from a living life perspective, living life better than we were before, living life differently, because the life we led before, or the life we were living before, is what got us to this cancer diagnosis. That is what's going to change. Every day should be an adventure. You should find joy and happiness and laughter in every single day. Learning is huge. It brings growth in your mental and your emotional and your physical aspects that bring you closer to your goals. So that's my answer. For those of you who ask, why is cancer so hard to get rid of? Because you're focusing on getting rid of the cancer. Focus on the process, focus on the system, and focus on growth. And if you need help, contact us and we will focus on this together.